Hello there, this short video is going to show you how to add a DRG100 gateway to the RediTALK-Flex console. In this case, we're going to use the SIP protocol to connect RediTALK-Flex console with our DRG100. Now, before you start configuring RediTALK-Flex, you're going to need to know something about your DRG100. The first thing you're going to need to know is what is its IP address. The second thing you're going to need to know is the CCP data port that the DRG100 is listening on. Now, every DRG100 has to send data back to the RediTALK-Flex, and that data port is set up inside the DRG100. The default port number is 57153. Normally you can get away with this port number, but you still need to check inside your DRG100 whether this is the case. Third thing you need to know, the SIP port that the DRG100 is listening on. So the DRG100 is going to be listening on this port number for incoming SIP requests. Now the default port is 5060, and usually this is what it's going to be, but once again you still need to check inside your DRG100 to make sure that's what it is. Now the fourth thing you need to know is the SIP name of the DRG100, or the SIP URI. Once again, you'll find this inside your DRG100, and the default is IPR. Alright, here we have our RediTALK-Flex console running on my laptop, and the workgroup window shows that there are no talk paths or channels available at the moment. Let's add our DRG. Click on Setup. Takes us to the Settings menu. Number of menus here. We want the radio options. Click on that one, and we have some sub-menus. Go to Channel Options. Click on that one. And we can see that we have 12 channels or 12 talk paths available in this RediTALK-Flex. Let's click on number 1 because we're going to set up this particular channel. We start by configuring. We have to enable the channel, so we click on the no, makes it into a yes. The next thing is to put in the IP address. Now the IP address of my DRG100 is going to be 10.1.2.211. This is going to be a SIP connection, so the SIP is already enabled. I don't have to do anything there. You can also have multicast or unicast. We are sticking with the SIP. Digital radio features is also set to yes. If it wasn't a digital radio, it would be a no. In this case, it's going to be a yes. We are connected to a DRG100. Display information. This is what's going to be displayed on the first 2 lines of the TalkPath button, of the channel button in your workgroup. Now, line number 1, I'll just go DRG100. Second line, I'm going to make simulator, because that's my DRG100 is actually running a simulation program. There's actually no radio connected to it, but it does look like there's a radio connected to it. The next one is the SIP username, the SIP URI. This is what we have to get from the DRG100. In this case, it is IPR, which is the default value. You may have to change that, so you're going to have to know what that name is. The SIP port, once again, you're going to have to know this particular number. This SIP port is what the DRG100 is listening on, so it's waiting there for any incoming SIP packets so that it can then make the connection back to RediTalk. And in this case, I'm still using my default of 5060, so I'm going to leave that at that. Once again, it is a value you will have to know. Stun disabled, I'm going to go yes. If I'm using RediTALK-Flex behind a firewall with network address translation, for example, then you may have to use the stun server. In this case, I want it disabled. The next one is the CCP port. Now the CCP port is the data port that the DRG100 is listening on for connections from RediTALK-Flex, or even the DXL to SCU can also make a connection. In this case, I'm leaving it at the default value of 57153. So I'm going to keep that one. Functionality. foreground enabled. If you want to talk on the talk path, you have to leave that at yes. If you just want to use it as a monitor, you can make it into no. I'm going to keep it on yes. Jitter buffer, for now, keep it at the minimum default value of 100 milliseconds. The jitter buffer can allow better audio quality when you have a network which may not deliver the packets in time. Channel change set. If you have a table of names versus channel numbers, you can set up one of these channel change sets and allocate it to this particular talk path. Next, we have the capability list. Now, the DAG100 sends back all its capabilities that are available on the digital radio. I've got them all ticked at yes, so that any capability that comes back from the radio will be available for RediTALK-Flex to use. If there's a particular capability that you don't want RediTALK-Flex to use, you can always put the capability to the no state, and then it won't come up on RediTALK-Flex. Okay, I hit on the apply button, and there's our channel in our work group. I can click on that to put it into the foreground group. And I just click on it and it goes yellow, and I can now transmit using my PTT button. I release the PTT, and we can also click on the channel button again to make it go into the monitor state, which is blue. An incoming busy will make the button flash green, and you can hear what's coming in from the radio. That is, monitor the conversation. Now if I right click on this, it brings up the capability set. All these capabilities have been downloaded from the DAG100, and the DAG100 in turn got them from the radio. And you can see all the capabilities there, some special functions, also brings up more capabilities, and it's quite comprehensive. I just close that down now. I click on the button and it goes into the grey off state, indicating that the SIP connection has been torn down from the DAG100. And thank you very much for watching.